Welcome into this video series. This is talking about algebra word problems. Now there's lots of different categories, and these are some common types of questions you'll get on a standardized test where you'll read a word problem, you'll have to write some kind of an equation and solve. Sometimes, of course, it doesn't help to draw a diagram. But we're going to focus on work. Okay, I'll show you an example in a second. But in this video series, and I encourage you to watch all of them in the series. We're going to start with the basics on what kind of questions these are, how you set it up and solve it, and then you're going to have some problem sets where you get to try some on your own, and I'll walk you through it. The final video of the series is always a self-quiz that you can try yourself. Let's get started. With these types of problems, the general pattern is something like this. Person A can do a certain job in A amount of time. Person B can do the same job in the B amount of time by himself or herself. And sometimes you're given information about how long the job can be done with the two people working together. Now the idea that they work together is where the plus comes from. And it's all about ratios and fractions. You have to find common denominators and basically solve an equation. Now the unknown of these types of work problems will be either the A part or the B part or the total time worked. Again, the first fraction represents the amount of time it takes for person A to complete the work alone. And notice it's a ratio of 1 over that time. The second fraction is the ratio of 1 over the amount of time person B completes the work, equals the ratio 1 over the total time together. All right, so basically that's the structure. Now let's look at one example. All right, this problem number 16, we're going to solve it and we're going to round your answer to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so 2 decimal places. We'll keep that in mind. Here we go. It takes Maria 10 hours to pick 40 bushels of apples. Kayla can pick the same amount in 12 hours. How long would it take them if they worked together? All right, so the idea is Maria's work plus Kayla's work equals the amount of work together, okay? But we're going to put it in fraction form. So it takes Maria 10 hours to pick that amount of apples, so it's going to be 1 over 10. It takes Kayla 12 hours to do it by herself. We're going to combine their work together, so we add, and that's going to equal how long if they work together. So there's our unknown. We'll say 1 over x. Everything's in fraction form, and what we're going to have to do is find a common denominator and basically convert it from fraction form into regular term form. And so let's look at the factors of 10, and if we break that apart, that's going to be 2 times 5. And 12 is going to be 2 times 2 times 3. Okay, we're going to prime factor it, basically break it all apart. So to find a common denominator, I need to have at least 1 2 and 1 5. I already have a 2 taken care of. I need a second 2 and another 3 and an x. Okay? So remember that this 2 is actually an extra 2. I've already sort of gotten a copy of it right here. So we put all together, all these parts in these denominators, it's going to be 10 times 6 is 60, x. Okay? Basically, we're going to multiply all 3 parts by 60x. Now here's a shortcut. If the first fraction has a 10 containing a 2 and a 5, what's left over? Well, another 2 and a 3 and an x. We're going to multiply the top by 6x because everything in the bottom is going to have our common denominator of 60x. So here I had a 12, which is 2, 2, and 3. And that means that I need a 5 and an x left over, so the top is going to be multiplied by 5x. And this x is in the denominator here, and that means I need to multiply the top by 60. Alright, so everything would be over 60x, and we can ignore that because we have the numerator plus this numerator equals that numerator. Alright, so here's our new equation. 6x plus 5x equals 60. Combine the like terms there together, so 11x equals 60. We're going to divide each side by 11, and our answer is going to be 60 divided by 11, which is 5.45, and that 45 repeats, 45, 45, 45, and so on. But remember, we're rounding to the nearest hundredth, so it's going to be 5.45 hours. All right, so set up the equation, multiply by the common denominator, get a new equation, and solve. All right, thanks for watching this video. In the next one, we're going to continue on with these three problems here, as you can see, and we'll focus on them. I'll have you try them first, so good luck.